In order to work out what somebody can afford, you've got to know something about their free cash flow. So what have they got left over from their take-home pay after they've paid off the committed things? And you've got to have some understanding of that. Now, how firms do that, frankly, they're all going through a process of working out how far that you need to go. Maybe they're erring on the side of caution in the early days, but most of the banks, it's a sensible thing to ask somebody, how much have you got left over when your essentials are paid for, that the mortgage will come out of? That doesn't seem to me an unreasonable question.
No, but where do you draw the line, though? Like, where does it start getting kind of...
Well, again, the point is we don't draw the line. That's for the lender. So each lender will work out for themselves how do they satisfy our rules, which require that you do affordability checking and you do document it. That's all we require. I think each lender will get to their own understanding of, well, how much detail do you need to get to that.
And you're not giving any guidance as to what is too intrusive?
We haven't said what's too intrusive. We've said you've got to try and work out what basic costs are, and you can develop models to do that. It doesn't have to be done everything on receipts and whatever people need. Some of the stories we've read in the press sound as though they go a bit too far, but I think the lenders will work out. Well, I think pet food and milk bottles and there's all sorts of things that we've heard. It sounds a bit far-fetched, and I don't know if they're real stories, but it will settle down, and I think lenders will very quickly settle to what hopefully will be a balanced and sensible set of questions about what can you afford.
Clearly, if you're a lender, the last thing you want is for your customer not to be able to pay you back.
Yes.
So it's in their interest to be taking these kind of checks anyway. Yes. As such, isn't the implication of all these changes just that you don't really trust them?
Well, I think what happens, and what we've seen happen, is that there is good discipline for a while, and we've been through a difficult period, so I'm sure there's good discipline at the moment. Then the danger is you get into a boom period again, and actually discipline falls out the door. Everybody's trying to lend as quickly and as much as possible because they're trying to win market share. So what we're trying to do is to put in a set of changes that are common sense and will work through both boom and bust. It's not for one situation or another.